Don't know if this is related to everyone fleeing to these new social formats, but we've been hearing for a while now that throwing ads into feeds, which is the way that social media has made its money thus far, is sort of coming to an end. Well, if not coming to an end, at least plateauing. And according to recent analysis, Facebook and Instagram ads especially appear to be reaching a saturation point after having grown by around 30% every single quarter since 2015, quoting the Wall Street Journal. In addition to ads on its legacy Blue app, those on Instagram, which the company acquired for $1 billion in 2012, accounted for roughly a quarter of Facebook's overall revenue in the 12 months ended September 30th, according to consensus estimates compiled by Visible Alpha. Ads on both platforms now seem to be reaching a saturation point at just the wrong time. Amid an increasingly strict regulatory environment, it seems unlikely Facebook can simply buy the next Instagram to populate. That could present growing pains for a mature company that has consistently increased its ad impressions to boost overall ad revenue over the last 5 years. Interestingly, while ad pricing has risen over that period on the same basis, prices began to decline in the second half of 2018, with the greatest declines this year. In the second quarter, for example, Facebook said ad prices declined 21% versus the prior year, while ads served increased 40%. There are multiple explanations for all this. Initially, much of the pricing decline came from a mix shift toward stories, where ads are fleeting, and geographies Facebook said monetize at lower rates. But lately, competition from social media peers appears to have become more formidable. Third quarter sales from Snap's Snapchat and Pinterest grew 52% and 58% respectively versus last year, for example. Facebook sales grew less than 22% over the same period, albeit off a much larger base. The combination of lower prices and more ads served has meant Facebook has at least kept investors happy amid the pandemic, but especially since many of its users have fled its legacy app for the younger, cooler Instagram, oversaturation of that platform could risk flight of its users from Facebook platforms entirely. With regulators threatening to break it up, Facebook isn't likely to be able to acquire anything meaningful for now. And adding ads to WhatsApp, a messaging service for which Facebook paid a whopping $19 billion in 2014, would likely be a non-starter for many of its more than 2 billion users, there for its encrypted privacy. Facebook has said it would instead try to monetize the app through hosting services paid for by merchants. Still, Facebook's attempts to generate revenue outside its ad business are unproven. Nearly 99% of overall revenue in the third quarter came from advertising, end quote. So I gave Google gruff last week for being a one-trick advertising pony, for, because of that, trying to squeeze blood from a stone on search and display ads. But it seems maybe the reckoner is coming for social and especially Facebook, too.